My name's Dr. Generous, and I have a confession to make. I am a hypocrite. This is called Hypocrite. Don't worry, you are too. It's gonna come around. Well, I'm offensive yet easily offended. I'm a bit clingy yet horribly dismissive. I can't be bothered, but I'm terribly lonely. I say I'm real as hell, but I'm also a bit phony. I am the worst kind of person, it's true. Well, and guess what? So well, I'm a hypocrite, but I'm kind of okay with it. I live in contradiction and all that shit. It's just a fact of life, and now I'm over it. I'm a hypocrite, hypocrite. Well, I'm a hypocrite. Well, I'm a hypocrite. Well, I'm a hip. I'm a hypocrite. You fight against the man, but you buy from Amazon. You act well informed, but you don't know what's going on. You're holier than thou, but a devil's hiding deep inside. You say you're never wrong, but you've never really been right. You need to just give it up, 'cause you know what you are. You're one of us. Well, you're a hypocrite, but you're having some trouble trying to admit to this simple fact. You commit hypocritical acts like every day, so just own it and say you're a hypocrite. Hypocrite. Well, you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. Well, you're a hip. You're a hypocrite. Ow, ow. You're a hypocrite. Ow, ow. We say we care about all of the homeless, but say we have no money when there's a 20 in our pockets. We post social causes all over our IGs, but when it comes down to it, we're not doing anything to help the cause. We're too busy today. I say that I'm gay, but then I go and I eat Chick-fil-A. We want love, but we do not trust anyone. We act all adventurous, but Netflix is our kind of fun. Oh geez, Louise, it's so easy to see. So can't we all just admit to it, please? Say goodbye to the law. We're always true to our word. That's impossible. And in case you haven't heard, I'm like you, right? And you're like me. That's right. And you know what? We all tend to be. We're all hypocrites. So let's come together and own up to it, yeah. It's okay, we're all acting every day. We'll just fake it till we make it. That feels like the only way. Hypocrite.